The Danger of a Single Story Told by Adichie is an account of her Nigerian childhood and the eye-opening realizations she has come to know. She starts off by telling a story of the books that she read as a young child in Nigeria. Childhood books containing tales of white men and Western cultures were all she knew existed in literature. It wasn't until she grew older that she realized that her own culture was also told in these stories. But why were they so hard to come by? Even at a young age, she noticed how the foreign lands she read about in books were not accurately representative of actual people or places, and that she had become victim to the result of a single story. Adichie adamantly utilizes pathos throughout her entire speech. She hones in on human emotion by making her audience realize that we too have been guilty of the single story. We have all, at one point or another, viewed sub-Saharan Africa as some poverty-stricken area with minimal development, but we may not have given more consideration that there are people just like us. We have all heard a rumor and created unwavering opinions about a stranger. We have all made assumptions and not really known the truth. Show a people as one thing over and over, and that is what they become. At one point in Adichie's story, she mentions about how when she came to the United States to go to university, that her roommate had been awestruck by the idea that she knew how to speak English and that she was capable of using a stove. This was easy to relate to because I am now that freshman in college that is constantly learning more about my surroundings and the others around me. College is an incessant cycle of meeting new people, going new places, and learning more about who you are. I came to college from a sheltered, classic suburban area, and more often than not, I assumed that mostly everyone else did too. But that's where I was wrong. I believed that everyone else was like me. I believed the single story that Clemson was predominantly privileged white people with similar upbringings. It is now that I'm starting to see that in order to make the world a little bit better and easier to live in, we need to accept the idea that we actually have no idea. The less you assume, the more room there is left to learn and alleviate the hierarchy of privilege. The closer I get to the real world, the more I grasp the importance of how our differences don't divide us but make us equal. The single story is never the only story.